What's up, guys? We have another Viewer Loadout building video today. This is episode 9, and we're going to be looking at a bit of an interesting one because the gloves, the knife, and the AK are already picked, and then I've been given a budget to cook up the rest of the loadout. So, this is for CivicFox, who has told me he has driver gloves, snow leopard, in field test, which, just for context, would cost about $500, and then a stiletto knife Damascus steel in factory new, which would be about $350. So, combo is already picked and sorted. $850 for this. It's a slightly different combo, but it is a combo that definitely works, especially when you go down this snow leopard line. You really want to go for black, white, and silver. It all comes together really nicely. Now, the AK that they mentioned they've already purchased is a battle-scarred Be the Monster. Now, they said it looks pretty good, and while my preference would lean towards field test for Be the Monster, I gotta say, for the price you probably paid, this is pretty nice. The snow leopards are neutral, so it allows the colors of it to really pop. Now, I was then given $500 to cook the rest of the loadout. So let me show you what I've done. Now, the knife and glove combo is already picked, but I also want to put an agent on the CT side, but I don't want to spend too much of the $500 budget. So we've got FBI Sniper here. You can see the grey sleeves coming out. $5.50 for this. The main reason I've done this is because it is this like grey sleeves. They pair in somewhat into what the knife and glove combo is, and it means we're not just paying $10 plus just to avoid sleeves. Now, my USP suggestion is going to be the print stream, but I am going to go field test it. Given it's a $500 budget, as much as minimal wear would be cool here, I don't want to be overspending when we don't need to. Field test, it looks absolutely clean for print streams, and my main thing here is print streams with that white and black, with the white and black of the snow leopard gloves, always comes together quite nicely. Now, to tick off the CT pistols, I'm then also going to have a field test at P250 Azimuth. This is pretty much $3. Now, again, reason for this is white, it's got the black, and then that little orange accent just to have it stand out. Now, of course, like the P250 and the Desert Eagle, we'll also be using these on T-side, and we're going to have a print stream, believe it or not, for the Desert Eagle. This is about $31, exact same reason as the USP. That white and black with the snow leopards just comes together so nicely. It's crying out to have a craft to just like pair onto it, give it that extra bit of pop. Over the Joe Bretas, I decided cheap and cheerful was going to be the play, because I know it's a little bit 50-50 if people enjoy using them, but I am going to go for the balance. I think these look really nice. Again, we are getting that black and white. I'm going to call it black, maybe gunmetal sort of grey black. We do have the white accents. You've got that little rose popping through for some colour. There's also little gold accents in there too, but these are like $1.20 minimal wear, and for how they're pairing together with the gloves for very little cost, I'm a fan of it. I do spend a bit more in the 5.7, but hear me out. This gun is OP as shit right now in Counter-Strike 2. Like, if you can aim with it and you can click fast enough, you are really going to mess up some buy rounds for T's. So $4 factory new, 40 boost protocol, and going factory new because it does start to pick up scratches in minimal wear, and I think trying to keep this one clean makes the most sense. Again, we're getting that white and black, and then we're getting a nice accent color to bring it to life. Then for the SMGs, one of my favorite picks at the minute for the MP9, we have the Arctic Tritone. This is just under $13 for factory new, and again, going factory new, because as soon as you go to minimal wear, you will start getting scratches on this thing. I mean, you can even start to see them coming through in factory new just slightly. Then I can't lie, we have some cheap and cheerful picks, like the MP7. I'm going to go for the Armor Core. I think there's some validity in using an MP7, but let's not spend too much because not everyone wants to. 13 cents for this will do the job. Now, it might be a little spoiler, but the Arctic Wolf is going to be one of many repeat skin finishes you see here. I'm going to pick this for the UMP, 66 cent minimal wear. You can get some damage done with this, but what I like about it is where the gloves are pairing, at least the left glove, it pairs into a lot of white, and again, you just then have like this secondary, and then the tertiary color has a little pop. And XM, kind of an easy pick. We're going to have the black tie, 75 cent minimal wear. It's black and white, so it pairs into the gloves. Kind of what the knife and glove combo is. It is just an obvious pick. And kind of the same for the Mag 7, because I'm going to be going for the Swag 7. It's also under $1. It is minimal wear. It's not for everyone. Some people don't like the word swag in 2025. A little bit cringe, but you know, for the price you're paying to pair in with the loadout overall, I like this. However, it is now time for the big spenders. Let's look at the M4s. And first of all, the M4A1S, where yes, I am going to suggest you go for another print stream. This one's also field test, but it is much more expensive at $200. But this has so much craft potential, and honestly, just this idle view does so much for me. The white, the black, the agent sleeves actually pairing in with the skin, and then the snow leopards are there for this like neutral glove that pairs well with it. This is worth spending on. You do get off kind of light price-wise for the Emperor A4 because it's going to be a neo-noir. Now, I must say, when I used to price these like a month ago, Neo Noir would be $9 to $10. With the update, it has gone to $16. We are seeing like a 50 all the way to some cases 100% increase on prices for the A4 since the update. So I guess you guys should let me know in the comments down below, after the update, are you preferring the M4A1S or the M4A4? Like, now if you had to rebuild a loadout, what would you put more budget into? Now, I think I get a really nice pick for the AWP, because it's going to be a chrome cannon, but we're going to get it in battle scarred, which drops the price all the way down to $20, basically. Now, this can depend on how high a float you went for. For context here, I went for 0.65, so decently into the battle scarred, and it really gets some scuffs on the chrome, but you still get the chrome effect as well, and the scope's still intact. So I think with the sleeves and the fact that you have these neutral gloves and you can get away with a little color pop, battle scarred saves you money, and you can go for low float battle scarred if you want to have it be cleaner, but I think it's worth looking at. The FAMAS, I think I went for an obvious pick in the Mecha Industries. It is $6.91, another skin that's had a little price rise since this recent update, and the one gripe I've always had is that the whites aren't like perfect pairing together, but at the end of the day, it's Counter-Strike. The color shadings aren't always going to be perfect. It is meant to be a game where you aim, you click heads, not a fashion show, but obviously we have that appreciation for skins, so I think this is the right choice either way. And that skin I may have spoiled would have been the OG Arctic Wolf. A bit more expensive than the UMP, but it's $2.70. Same thing again, lots of white where the gloves are, so it blends in nicely. You do have this sort of bluish base, and then that red accent on it. I think overall, if you want to use an AUG, spending under $3 for this in minimal wear is worth it. And with that, let's have a look at the T-side picks. Now, agent-wise, I'm going for number K. Yes, I'm spending $44 here, which means in total, we're basically spending $50 of the $500 budget on agents. Now, maybe there's a chance you have some agents already that you don't want to change from. Great, that frees you up some craft budget, but I think going for the white sleeves here, it's not often that I pick the white sleeves, but I think with the Snow Leopard, particularly into the Damascus Steel, it works really nicely. And then I'm actually going to go all out for the Glock. I'm going to go for a Gamma Doppler. We're not going to go Emerald. This is a Phase 3, I believe I've suggested you pick, which means you get a really nice amount of green. You also get that sort of blue cyan coming through. Factory new, this will run you $70. What I will say is Phase 3 is a bit more expensive than I think Phase 1 and Phase 4 is. Not I think, I know that. So if you wanted to save a few dollars or you prefer those phase patterns, you can of course have a look at them. Over the Type 9, I got a little stuck and I just decided to go for an ice cap because I know you can get this in different patterns where there's more blue, there's more white. For 42 cent minimal wear, I think having that freedom and that flexibility, if you like this skin, to go just look at some patterns. Because I think one that's mostly white could work with the gloves, or maybe you want that blue to stand out. I don't know. Now, we are doing full loadouts these days, so you do need to pick a ZZ skin as well, and I think the imprint for 12 cent is really nice here. It's another one that color-wise, it'll pair in with the gloves, and also 12 cent, man, minimal wear. It's not breaking the bank. Just get it, have it sat there, so in the off chance you have to drop it or use it, you can still feel a little stylish. Now, the most important SMG on T-side, the MAC-10. I really like the discotheque for this pick because in idle, I think that blue in the sort of yellowy looks really nice with the white gloves. Of course, if you were to inspect it and you want to hold that inspect, you're going to see then pink and blue, which also looks good with the gloves. So $4.62 for this is worth every penny in my opinion. Now, there are two more SMGs to cover. MP5, I know not many people use it, but it's one that I think for under $1, I like just picking up a kit bash and having it in there, so if at any point this becomes meta or you're just wanting to use it for a bit of fun, you have a nice skin. Like, I actually quite like the Kit Bash style skin. And then, ending the SMGs, we have a nice vibey PP Bison Space Cat, 66 cent minimal wear. Again, white black with a purple accent. You can see where my thinking was when building this loadout for you, CivicFox. Now, I want a different avenue for the kill. I'm going to go for the Shattered. It's $9.10 in minimal wear, and it does get wear. There's no real way of avoiding it. I was going to suggest the Eco, but then I realized that I was just down that path of white with an accent color, black with an accent color, and I thought, actually, being able to go like black, white, and grey and just build into what is the sleeves and the gloves, I actually quite like how this looks. Now, at the start, I didn't cover the cost of the Battle Scarred AK-47, Be the Monster, so it is $147 at the time of planning, which is the 7th of Feb. Obviously, this isn't coming out with a $500 budget, I would say, because it was already picked, but I just wanted to showcase it as we were going through as well. And I wish there was a way to force this inspect more, because I hate getting it in-game, but while I'm waffling, it's great to have the skin moving around. Then we have a Scout that I've started to really appreciate. It is the Xeno. It's just over $1 minimal wear. Honestly, factory new isn't much more, so if you wanted to go get factory new, you can. But again, white, black, this actually has like a couple of tertiary colors. It's got the red and the blue. I think the blue on the scope looks really nice. If that, honestly, if that red bit had been replaced with this blue, my god, this would have been a banging skin. And then we end it off on an SG, and while it's not crazy meta, I still think you want a nice bit of artwork. So I think the Cyberforce does a really good job here for 11 cent in minimal wear. And that rounds off the total loadout for CivicFox. Now, obviously, the knife and glove were already picked. The AK was already picked. So, just to be clear, if I was to remove that combo and the AK from the price total, that's $997. I then used $468 off the $500 budget that I was given, so I've left a little bit of buffer, and that means the total loadout cost is $1,465.77. So basically, we're talking a $1,500 loadout if you take that like $30 buffer that I've left, and you could use that for crafts. So, CivicFox, I really hope you've enjoyed this. Hopefully that $500 budget and the picks I've made makes some sense. It's a lot of print streams, let's put it that way, but it does look really good, and I do like the Be The Monster with this. I think all that color pop in what is like a white basically combo, especially with the white sleeves, can end up looking really strong. So if you're wondering how we do these viewer loadouts, all you have to do is make sure you're in the Discord. Every single month we do 2 of these, and I announce in advance for people to send in the requests. If, however, you want to skip the queue, you can do so by being a YouTube member, as YouTube members get priority to have videos like these made. And on that note, a big thank you to all the current YouTube members. We've covered all your loadouts already, so I know if you want to skip the queue, now is the time to do so. Outside of that, I want to say a big thank you to everyone for watching. If you made it this far, you're an absolute real one. We'll catch you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.